Hi there, I'm Vanafe and welcome to Dragon Age Origins, episode 25. Okay, so we are now in the Circle Tower, and we do have Zevran with us. We also have Morrigan, but I think I'm going to switch her out for Wynne. When we get Wynne in a few minutes. Pretty sure it's like at the end of the hall or something, but never mind. Anyway, I also want to have a chat with Zevran at some point, maybe not right away. But I do want to get some of his dialogue working. Oh, hello, poor thing. Apprentice's footlocker. Okay, a few pages from a diary. Watchguard of the Reaching. No, and stop asking. I'm not getting in trouble because of you again. I don't care what's in the basement, and neither do the senior magi. Everything is about Uldred and the upper floors. I don't know what you're digging up, but those tomes are way older than our lesson texts. An apprentice shouldn't touch them. Ritual note. The threads burned before a giant spear raised. He stands alone, so whispers are known false. Nolan. Scribbled in corner. Don't need him. Away new reaching. Really? Away new reaching? Sure, we will find Owain shortly. The chaos in the tower has allowed an apprentice to stumble across something ancient and hidden. Find all of his notes to reveal a possible secret in the tower. Fantastic. And let's open his chest.
Wish. Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Maybe later. A lesser lyrium potion. Okay. So nothing all that brilliant, fine. A vanity. Okay, let's have a look at the vanity. A deep mushroom. And a pile of filth. Lovely. 2 silver, 59 copper. Alright. You know, I do kind of like the lighting in the tower. In the Circle Tower. It's like, it's very cold. Very cold, stone, and empty. Such high roofs makes it feel very, very empty. And then you just have these tiny spots of warm light where they all huddle to do their writing and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, very, very cold, unforgiving, and very, very uninviting as well. So I like the way that they've done that. Apprentice's footlocker. Pages from a diary. I'm telling you guys, it's a test like the summoning. Why else would lessons be cancelled? And that outburst in the library with Uldred? An older tome fell to a page on the Reaching. I copied what I could before they pushed us out. Ritual note. A sword lowered to strike through and ground. You can't tell me I wasn't supposed to see that. It's too convenient. I'm looking for more, and you'd be smart to help. Gant. Okay.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Yeah. I'd rather struggle myself, thanks. Apostate clothing and apprentice cowl. Okay, apostate clothing. Hawk's clothing. Okay, of course. Well, that clothing is so basic. I really don't want to wear it, so not exactly a great find. More pages from a diary. The spot. Maker's wind, Darcy. I said I'd wait, but it's not just a disagreement. Uldred set abominations loose. One was in my mentor's robe. If you make it here, something in the spot may help you out. No point in hiding it from the senior mages now, and don't worry about Denry's usual fee for moving his bed. He's dead. Apprentice manned. Gosh. Yep, I mean, it's not the only one, they're all dead, aren't they? Basically. Ugh. What a waste. Blank vellum, okay. A useless rubbish item. And it was down here, wasn't it? This spot was down here. Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, because upstairs is the senior enchanters, and where you go when you become a full-fledged mage, but down here is where the apprentice stuff is. I usually, when I play this, I'm usually the mage from the tower, so I know this. Acid flask, freeze bomb, injury kit, and a lyrium potion. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So those designs you have all over your back,
They're called tattoos, and I have them in many more places than just on my back, my friend.
right. I hear that someone gets those by having needles put the ink under your skin.
A great many needles, amongst other things, yes. That would be true.
Didn't that hurt?
Oh, yes, yes. But it is not so bad, in truth. If you like, I could give you one. I learned a bit of the art myself in Antiva.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
It will just be a small one. Perhaps the symbol of the Grey Wardens. Something manly. Where are my needles?
Maybe some other time. I'm going to go stand over here now.
Oh, Alistair. So afraid of the tattoo. That's really weird. It does sound like he doesn't actually know what a tattoo is. But then I suppose it would be a cultural thing from Antiva, so yeah. Or maybe just from the crows itself. Maybe they're the only ones that have well, no. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it is just something that Fereldens don't do.
Right.
Oh, okay. You look glorious, Wyn.
You've returned to the tower? Why did the Templars let you through? Are you here to warn us?
Returned to the tower. I'm just going to ignore any of these prompts that sound like I know what's going on here. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit worried that means that Cullen will now, when we eventually find him, he'll actually think that I am from the circle and he'll be going on about it, the demons taking my face. That would be a bit inconvenient. Warn you? Of what?
The Templars have barred the doors. They will only open them if they intend to attack us. Is that what is happening?
No, they're not going to attack you just yet. They're waiting for the rite of annulment to arrive.
They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the rite, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
What happened here?
Let it suffice to say that we had something of a revolt on our hands, led by a mage named Uldred. When he returned from the battle at Ostagar, he tried to take over the circle. As you can see, it didn't work out as he had planned. I don't know what became of Uldred, but I am certain all this is his doing. I will not lose the circle to one man's pride and stupidity.
What are you going to do then?
I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower, so nothing from inside could attack the children. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds, but I will dispel it if you join with me to save this circle.
Well, I don't really want to help Templars kill people. So sure, I'll help you.
Yes, even if we cannot eliminate all the demons and abominations, together we could lead the survivors out. Once Gregor sees that we have made the tower safe, I trust he will tell his men to back down. He is not unreasonable.
He did say that he would spare the mages if the first enchanter told him that everything was okay.
Then our path is laid out before us. We must save Irving.
And the children? Are they going to be okay here?
Petra and Kinan will watch them. If we slay all the fiends we encounter on our way, none will get by to threaten the children.
I guess that would work.
You want us to assist this preachy schoolmistress to rescue these pathetic excuses for mages? They allow themselves to be corralled like cattle, mindless. Now their masters have chosen death for them, and I say, let them have it.
They've been taught since they were young to accept this. And if your mother hadn't have protected you, you could have grown up here too.
I could be here had my mother not shielded me from the Templars, so I am to show sympathy. My mother often said that things are the way they are because they could not have been any other way. I always questioned this. Do what you wish. I care not.
Good. Tolerance is as good as acceptance.
Petra, Kenan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
Wyn, are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The
Well,
others
leave the
need your
kids.
protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe and calm.
We're wasting time. Let's go.
If you are ready, let us go end this.
Okay, so we have Wyn and we can't remove Wyn. Let's get Zevran
Yes.
in and... you know... I would kind of like Alistair to be in the party just because I've played with him for so much longer than I have Sten. And Sten isn't likely to... well, to agree with anything I do. And that's one of the reasons why I get rid of Morrigan as well, other than the fact that I'm a mage, because she's just going to get angry with me. But, I don't know, maybe I should take Sten out for a spin. It might be interesting. But then if I don't take Alistair, then he'll start talking about Guldana, and I won't have a clue who the heck Guldana is. Because I won't have seen his nightmare. You know what? I'm going to take Sten. He can hate me all he wants. But, yeah, I want to use him. Okay, so Wyn has leveled up. At 12 points. Okay. And she's a spirit healer as well. We have not a lot of firepower, but a lot of healing. And that can be just as good, to be perfectly honest. It can be very much just as good. So let's up her potency a bit. Let's get her to 30. That's brilliant. Let's get her constitution up and we'll just select the last one into willpower. Yeah. I really need some constitution in these people. They are terrible right now. Okay. Combat training, definitely. Okay. And she has 4 spells. Okay. Sure, another person with revival is always a good thing. I would like to get these glyphs. She's really good at buffing the party. Let's get a glyph of paralysis. A glyph of warding. And you know what? A glyph of repulsion as well. Why not? We are close to the glyph of neutralization, but I'm not sure if we'll actually get there before we finish the tower. Which would be a shame. It would be a shame, because having that would be pretty awesome, to be honest. Particularly for the last fight. But, never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. How's your stuff, Wyn? Okay, she has a silver apron on her belt. Okay, but that's +2 magic, so that's not bad. Yes, we'll give her the helmet just because she needs one. And she can keep her Equitarian robe. Okay. Let's sort out her quick bar. She only has 1 sustained spell, everything else is activated. And I managed to somehow get my arcane bolt stuck. Not sure I like that. Never mind. I guess I'm just going to have to, I don't know, reload maybe? Oh yeah, it's stuck over everybody's. Damn, okay, I might have to save and reload just to get rid of that. That's annoying. Bear with me. Okay, yep, that sorted it. Perfect. Alright, shouldn't be a problem anymore. Let's chat with everybody then.
Boys are better at magic than girls.
Kid, those could be your very last words, and you're using this opportunity just to say that. Brilliant. What did they teach you in this tower?
If I was a proper mage like Wynne, I could save us.
Oh, maybe you could. Unfortunately, you're not.
Look after her, will you?
You sound worried. Why is that?
I don't know if she's up to this, especially not after... I just worry.
After what?
I was on my way down to the library when I heard screaming, and a demon came round the corner. Its eyes were afire with evil. I was certain it was my death come upon me. I think I screamed. I was so afraid. And then Wynne was there, in front of me, shielding me. It was light and fire, blood and chaos. When it was over, the demon was dead, but Wynne wasn't moving either. I was so afraid she was... gone.
She was probably just stunned.
As I moved to help her, she stirred and coughed. I don't know what I would have done if she had died. For me.
Well, considering she's the one holding the barrier in place and keeping all of you safe, you probably would have just died without her.
I know. I owe her too much. Just look after her, all right? She might be completely fine, but then again, maybe she didn't come away from that totally unharmed.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Thank you. And thank you again for helping us.
Right. Okay. So, Kinnan.
It is good to see that some wardens survived. We are sorry for the loss of your comrades.
Our survival was a lucky thing indeed.
You heard about Loghain. I would never have imagined the Terran a traitor.
How did you find out?
Wynne was at Ostagar. She told us everything upon her return. But why speak of things past? Be careful in there, and stay safe.
Yeah, sure. You too. You stay here and be safe. Okay, Keeley. Ugh,
I don't
it's you.
suppose this is what you expected the circle to be like, is it?
I expected it to be far more orderly, actually. Every mage with a Templar holding a leash. That kind of thing.
I keep thinking this is our punishment for being mages. That's why the Templars have to do away with us. Their swords are like the sword of mercy that sent Andraste back to the Maker.
Well, that's... one way of putting it, I guess.
We should let the Templars come. Only then can we be cleansed of our wickedness.
Why don't you go and sit down? Over there. Away from me.
I will pray. May we abandon our tainted bodies to find peace with the Maker.
I mean, you could do that yourself and spare us from your prattle. Ugh.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Maybe. Maybe you will, but not right now. Okay, apostate clothing, private documents, a list of household accounts and expenditures over time, useful for merchants negotiating contracts and wages. Interesting. So that's where they keep the tower's expense report. Right here. Sure, why not? Actually, yeah, Zevran, let's have a chat before we set off.
Here I am.
Can you answer something for me?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Tell me something about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
You don't like Ferelden?
It is fine enough with its dogs and its mud. The people are spirited, even if they can't tell the difference between an assassin and a mere killer. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
My people aren't bound to cities.
Ah, yes, of course. The wandering life of the Dalish. That truly is better. I'm jealous. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Really? The leather?
I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
You sound homesick, like you've been away for a very long time.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Well, you can still return home at some point.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a beautiful Grey Warden, a woman who then spared my life? I could not.
Beautiful? Really?
I say you are beautiful because it is true. Should I not?
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
And glad I am to hear it. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
He's such a charmer. My simple Dalish girl is just going to be completely swept away by this. Soon he shall be mine. Okay. Can we get down here? No, we can't get down there. Okay, fine. That's fine. And... oh, yep, the barrier.
I'm somewhat amazed at myself for having kept it in place this long.
Has it tired you?
It made me very weary at times, but I had to stay strong to keep us safe. Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier.
Do not fear, my good lady. Our Grey Warden is very good at fending off attackers. Speaking from experience here.
Right you are. Well, let's go then. Take the barrier down.
All right. Be on your guard.
Okay. And that's it. Oh. An autosave. Very nice. Okay. A Desire Abomination. And some books. I see books. And some more abominations. Okay. Well, I'll get to you. Let's get a mana drain on you. They're not here yet, so let's freeze him. And then we will Mind Blast. There we go. That's better. And lightning. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I forgot that they explode. Not that it really matters. We have more than enough health and healing capability to keep up with them constantly exploding. Okay, blank vellum. Soldier's
Leave
corpse.
it to me.
A health no, 3 health poultices. 2 silver and 68 copper. Okay, very nice. Wonder what he was saving that for. Torn book.
Let's see.
Summoning Sciences. An Apprentice's exercise book. Okay. Oh, looks like we've got a creature to come back to. Hang on, though. So, the Summoning Sciences. The second half of a torn book. The summoning sigil will ignite upon ritual initiation. If the order is incorrect, the ritual will reset. Exercise 1. Address the summoning font. Select the second passage from the Tome of Spirit Personages' second shelf. Pass open hands through the first summoning flames. Select First Flames. Exercise 2. Address the summoning font. Recite the Rodocom's Undercommon Calling, first column support shelves. Place 1 silver coin at the feet of the statue of Magnus Gorvish. Pass open hands through the second summoning flames. Exercise 3. Alert senior magi of lesson commencement. Address the summoning font. Recite the second passage of Elvorn's Grand Bestiary sealed texts, third area. Trace the chosen sigil on the first area common table. Place a lock of hair between the pages of the Spiritorum Etherealis, right of the sealed text. Perform Callum's gesture, 2 fingers, at the statue of Magnus Corvish. Breathe on the dried hemlock in the novice phylactery, 2nd column support shelves. Pass open hands through the 3rd summoning flames. Okay. Sure. And win. Okay. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be first enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the Tower of King Kaelin's call to arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostagar. Okay. Good for her. Creatures. Abomination. We arrived in the dead of night. We'd been tracking the Maleficar for days and finally had him cornered, or so we thought. As we approached, a home on the edge of the town exploded, sending splinters of wood and fist-sized chunks of rocks into our ranks. We had but moments to regroup before fire rained from the sky, the sounds of destruction wrapped in a hideous laughter from the centre of the village. There, perched atop the spire of the village chantry, stood the mage, but he was human no longer. We shouted prayers to the Maker and deflected what magic we could, but as we fought, the creature fought harder. I saw my comrades fall, burned by the flaming sky or crushed by debris. The monstrous creature, looking as if a demon were wearing a man like a twisted suit of skin, spotted me and grinned. We had forced it to this, I realised. The mage had made this pact, given himself over to the demon to survive our assault. Transcribed from a tale told by a former Templar in Cumberland, 884 Blessed. It is known that mages are able to walk the Fade while completely aware of their surroundings, unlike most others who may only enter the realm as dreamers and leave it scarcely aware of their experience. Demons are drawn to mages, though whether it's because of this awareness or simply by virtue of their magical power in our world is unknown. Regardless of the reason, a demon always attempts to possess a mage when it encounters one, by force or by making some kind of deal, depending on the strength of the mage. Should the demon get the upper hand, the result is an unholy union known as an abomination. Abominations have been responsible for some of the worst cataclysms in history, and the notion that some mage in a remote tower could turn into such a creature unbeknownst to any was the driving force behind the creation of the Circle of Magi. Thankfully, abominations are rare. The Circle has methods for weeding out those who are too at risk for demonic possession, and scant few mages would give up their free will to submit to such a bond with a demon. But once an abomination is created, it will do its best to create more. Considering that entire squads of Templars have been known to fall at the hands of a single abomination, it's not surprising that the Chantry takes the business of the Circle of Magi very seriously indeed. Well, entire squads of Templars. They mustn't be very well trained. Okay. Summoning Sciences. You found a textbook of arcane summoning rituals. It would be unwise and altogether unsafe to engage in such exercises with the library in its present state. Yeah, sure. Okay, we've met a stubborn old mage, Wynne, who insisted that there were innocents within who could be saved. While she may be wrong, this is probably worth investigating. Wynne has joined with us in the hopes that she can still save the Circle. Good for her. You never know. You never know. Okay. Don't think that there's anything around here. No? Okay, soldier's corpse, why not? 3 health poultices and a dagger. Very nice. A summoning font. Piles of books. Private documents, okay. And apprentice note. We've read that one. We've read that one. Okay. First Enchanter Dorval fell suddenly to a disease of the lungs. This unfortunate disruption in the direct line of descent from tower founding should be treated as opportunity. The Circle will reform practices to better address the times. Many rituals remain valuable, but some, the Two Bells, Garnold's Lament, Watchguard of the Reaching, Benford Da, have little or no meaning in our texts. We will move forward, as Dorval would have wished, and commit these and other ceremonies to the age we have left. With no plan of estate, his belongings have been transferred into the common library for the benefits of all. Excerpt, Circle of Magi Declaration, Kinlockhold Transitional, 590 Exalted. Scribbled in corner, Reaching again, and old. They don't know. Idiots. Wards weaken. Okay. Sure. So, could we play with the summoning font then? Yes, okay. God damn. Hang on. Where was it? It was it quest related? Summoning Sciences. Yeah. Address the summoning font. Second passage in the Tome of Spirit Personages, second shelf. Which is not that one. Summoning the second, no. Summoning the first. Spirit Personages. Okay, there they are. There we go. Pass open hands through the first summoning flames. Select first flames. There we are. Oh, it's a nug. Oh, it died. A spirit hog.
As you wish.
A garnet. Nice. Okay. Summoning Sciences. It probably would be unwise, but we've done one, so... Really? Nothing? Alright. Okay. Now, wait, let's... We have more red dots. Yeah, let's take care of these first. Let's Mind Blast you. And Mana Cleanse. Okay. And then you will freeze. And Mana Drain of Rage Abomination. Okay. Good to see. Let's just keep going. Ooh. I should put the frost weapons on. There we go. That's better.
That's all.
Oh yeah, we're fine. Okay, good. Pile of rags. Let's do that.
See.
Scrap of paper. Okay. Promises of Pride. Uldred will show us the way. Finally, recognition within the Circle and freedom from the scornful eye of the Templars. We will not be shunned. Be ready. Enchanter Gravid Libertarian. Okay. And Rage Demon. Encountered in the Fade, the true form of a Rage Demon is a frightening sight. A thing of pure fire, its body seemingly made of amorphous lava and its eyes two pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The abilities of such a demon center on the fire it generates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful of its kind are able to lash out with bolts of fire and even firestorms that can affect entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than most other varieties. Their tactics are simple. Attack an enemy on sight with as much force as possible until it perishes. Some rage demons carry over their heat-based abilities into possessed hosts, but otherwise the true form is mostly seen outside of the Fade when it's specifically summoned by a mage to do his bidding. Well, so these rage demons were summoned specifically. Okay. Nope, I think we're good here. Alright. So, so the summoning thing. Hang on. Let's get back to this. Okay, exercise 2. Rodocom's Undercommon Calling. Okay.
As you wish.
Rodocom's Undercommon... Ah, there it is. Okay. Is that around the other side? It is around the other side. And it's one of these somewhere. Ah, there. Okay. A silver coin at the feet of the statue of Magnus Gorvish. Magnus Gorvish. Magnus Gorvish is over here. Hopefully that was right. And then it should be summoning the second, I think. Yes, it is. There we go. Ooh, okay. Trickster Whim. Okay. Oh, okay, alright. So they were adding on at the bottom. Okay, Spirit Hog. The equivalent of a Fade bottom feeder. The gullet of the Spirit Hog can contain minor gems, presumably coalesced from ethereal elements in the Fade. Such creatures cannot survive in their mortal realm without summoner intervention. Oh. Oh. Damn. I just summoned that poor Spirit Hog and basically killed it by summoning it. That's awful. Trickster Whim. An amoral entity that delights in observing corporeal and emotional discomfort. A dangerous preference, given that such creatures have little understanding or interest in the fragility of mortal flesh. Okay. And it doesn't look like he left anything. Okay, so last one, summoning font. Okay. Elvon's Grand Bestiary. Okay, third area. So that's over there. Yes. Okay. Sigil on the first area common table. Okie dokie. Table carving spot.
Let's see.
Okay. A lock of hair between the pages of the Spiritorum Etherealis. Spiritorum Etherealis. All the way over there. Okay. And Callum's gesture at the statue of Magnus Gorvish. Magnus Gorvish is all the way in the first. Yes. And then it was the phylactery. Novice phylactery.
Let's see.
Yep. And then it's passing over the third, I think it was. Yep, breathing on the phylactery, pass hands over the third. Okay. Okay, we got Fade Rifter. Well, let's mana cleanse you. Okay. Mana drain, and then freeze. Nice. Okay, well.
As you wish.
Charged mitts. Okay. Electricity damage. Well, those are probably going to go straight to win. Not gonna lie. And that was it. Okay. Summoning Sciences. You summoned and defeated the biggest of the creatures the Circle Mages allow their apprentices to manipulate. Good. Alright, and that should have Fade Rifter. The Rifter is an assembled consciousness given form in the moment of the ritual. Its appearance is intended to frighten the summoning apprentice, ensuring they respect the Fade. While essentially a construct, the beast is nonetheless very real and possessed of a fearsome will to be free. Oh, damn. That quest just makes me feel terrible now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was awful of me. I probably shouldn't have brought those things into the tower. Well, she doesn't have any other type of gloves, so we might as well. Okay.
Right.
Oh. Oh yes. Come to me, come to me. And Mind Blast. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. And Mana Cleanse. Okay. I really don't think that even works, but just in case, we'll get a Mana Drain on the Desire Demon. Abomination, sorry. And freeze it. Ooh, shattered. Very nice. Okay, let's get some electricity up you. And an Arcane Ball. Sure. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and we've just got a Hunger Abomination for this. Freeze. Heck yes. Oh yes. That's perfect. That is perfect. I don't know who was getting all those shatters, whether it was Sten or Zevran, because Zevran should be getting automatic criticals on stunned or held opponents, shouldn't he? So maybe it was Zevran. In which case, we're just perfectly suited, Zevran. It's not like I did that on purpose either. Okay, I totally did that on purpose. But what can I say? I'm a matchmaker. Okay. We have a mystical site of power. Let's do that. And that's quest updated as well. For the Mages Collective. Okay. Good. Let's have a look at the Torn Book. Really? That was part of the summoning science? Yes, it was. It was the first part. Okay. Apprentices are allowed and expected to willfully direct a minor spirit, provided it is within the protective confines of the library. Placement of the shelves allows for passive immobilization and the emergency purging of any rogue entity. Take care. This exercise is not to be enacted during maintenance or other disruption of library structure. The danger presented by an incorrect summoning, particularly exercise 3, is extreme. This book has been torn in half. Okay, well, we did fine, so yeah, not a problem. Okay, Charred Corpse. Lesser Injury Kit, Lesser Lyrium Potion, and an Apprentice's Amulet. That's armor, fire, and cold resistance. Okay, not that great. 3 health poultices and a dagger. Very nice. Okay, and I don't think I can get down here. So there mustn't be anything down there anyway. Good. Actually, Zevran, let's have another go at talking to you.
Here I am.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What do you think of the Dalish exactly?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
I'm sorry to hear that. The woodcutter was your father then?
How should I know? My mother was a whore, as you'll recall. None of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
You don't seem that upset to have been sold.
It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
I suppose you're right. The Dalish way of life is free, but it's not easy. It's damn hard, and it makes hard people.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
I know exactly the kind of gloves you're thinking of.
I suppose you would. I'd always wanted another. In fact, I ran off to join a clan once when they drew near Antiva City, thinking that there I would find my true calling. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Ah, damn it. Okay, so no positives and no negatives. I was hoping not to be so middle ground there. Never mind, at least I now have heard about the gloves, so maybe I can just give him these Dalish gloves. Zevran, where are you? You're at +5. Damn, no wonder he doesn't want to talk to me about anything. Okay, here you go.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
You just told me the story about your mother's gloves. I am Dalish. I have Dalish gloves. So I thought I'd give them to you. They weren't your mother's, but, you know, I thought you might like them.
Maker's breath. You're right. It is like my mother's. The leather was less thick and it had more embroidery, but these are very close and quite handsome.
You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Yay, +12. Fantastic. Okay, so he's now up at +17. That should hopefully make our conversations with him going forward a little bit more, less antagonistic or passive or whatever. So, yeah. And I suppose while we're here, I might as well chat with Wynne if we can.
Yes? Is there something you wish to discuss? If not, we should hurry. Time is of the essence.
Can you tell me anything of what we're going to face further up in the tower?
You have seen the demons, haven't you? We will doubtless see more of those. But I fear the abominations more. They are no longer human, and are driven only by their lust for destruction.
We seem to be an effective team so far. I don't think this is going to be much of a problem for us.
I hope you're right.
So, what was it that started all this wanton slaughter?
Oh, a long story. It all started when I returned from Ostagar. I was at that ill-fated battle, and I survived, barely. I was in no state to travel, so I stayed at Ostagar to recuperate and help the wounded. Uldred, on the other hand, left for the tower almost immediately. When I finally returned here, I found that Uldred had all but convinced the Circle to join Loghain, the man who nearly destroyed us all. I cannot fault the Circle, though. Uldred had a persuasive argument, and how could they have known what happened in Ostagar?
What could he have possibly said to encourage them to kill each other?
The alliance with Loghain would have been to the Circle's advantage. According to Uldred, once Loghain was in power, he would order the Chantry to give us more freedom. Well, I told the first enchanter Irving what Loghain did on the battlefield. I revealed him for the traitorous bastard he is. Irving said he would take care of it. He called a meeting to confront Uldred. But something must have gone wrong. I emerged from my quarters when I heard the screams. They were coming from the meeting room, and it wasn't long before I saw the first abomination running down a mage. It deteriorated quickly then.
Is that when you found the children?
I found Petra first, and we were trying to fight our way to the meeting room to help, but we came across Irving. He was fighting a terrifying abomination, and he told me to get as many as I could to safety. I had to obey. That was the last time I saw Irving.
Do you regret telling him about Logan?
A little. If I hadn't said anything, perhaps we would not be here now. But they needed to know the truth about Logain. What is done is done. Let us see if we can put things right.
So this Uldred person, tell me more about him. What can we expect?
I suppose you would not have had much contact with him. He never mentored the apprentices, never taught. He didn't seem to care much for the Circle, only his own advancement.
I think I may have seen him at the War Council, but I didn't out myself as an apostate, so I was never corralled with the rest of you. Still, that doesn't mean he's responsible for this.
Call it woman's intuition. I'm sure Uldred has some redeeming qualities. He probably has a perfectly good reason for not displaying them.
And yourself. What can you tell me about you, Wynne?
Right now, when lives are at stake? Perhaps we should leave that for later. Besides, what is the point of that? One should let one's actions speak for themselves, and let others form their own opinions.
Well, that's just avoiding the question. But I agree, now isn't the time. Let's go.
Onward, then.
Okay, so that didn't give us anything for Wynne. I suppose she's not technically a full companion yet? Well, here I'm going to leave it. We'll get up to the next floor next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button. I upload 5 videos a week, so subscribe and you'll be notified when those go live. Hit the bell to update your notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.